Warmly welcome to Exploring Miracles. I am Teresa Schmidtelev, reading from the lessons in the Course in Miracles and doing my best to reflect on the text as I go. We have come to lesson number 156 today. I walk with God in perfect holiness. Today's idea but states the simple truth that makes the thought of sin impossible. It promises there is no cause for guilt, and being causeless, it does not exist. It follows surely from the basic thought so often mentioned in the text. Ideas leave not their source. If this be true, how can you be apart from God? How could you walk the world alone and separate from your source? Short reflection, this lesson is a continuing, of course, as they all as there all is one lesson. Anyway, so all this is 365 are parts of one only lesson, and that is that we can't be threatened. The truth of us can never be, but the illusory image of us can be threatened, and that makes us scared. We don't have to be scared. And we are going here into the warm and cozy place where we can be ourselves still, defenselessness, and sure of that when we are defenselessness, we are in our true power. So we are leaving the concept of being about in the world, being someone. We are someone. We are sons, daughters of God. And that can never be threatened. Everything else is just a game. Let's play it, but let's not identify with it, because then we become afraid. Paragraph 2, we are not inconsistent in the thoughts that were present in our curriculum. We are not inconsistent in the thoughts that we present in our curriculum. Trust must be true throughout if it be true. It cannot contradict itself, nor be in parts uncertain and in others sure. You cannot walk the world apart from God because you could not be without Him. He is what your life is. Where you are, He is. There is one life, that life you share with Him. Nothing can be apart from Him and live. And this reminds me of also another lesson where we were enlightened that we cannot see two worlds. We see either one, the one of fear, where we have to defend stuff, our agenda, our lives, the world is upon me, or the other, the divine one, when we are one with God. We can't see both. We can't be happy and unhappy at the same time. That's the same thing. And we are reminded here that life you share with Him. There is one life, the one we share with Him. Nothing can be apart from Him, and live. And that it does not say that if we are apart from Him, we live, and if we are not with God, we die, because that would be the old way of some religious interpretations of what this is about, and it's not. When the text is saying you can't be apart from Him and live, that means that being alive and afraid and experiencing some kind of attempting attack all the time, that is not a life. That is what it says. So no one will die. 3. Yet, where He is, there must be holiness as well as life. There we go. No attribute of His remains unshared by everything that lives. What lives is holy as Himself, because what shares His life is part of holiness, and could no more be sinful that the sun could choose to be of ice. I love that. His life. Oh, wow. I will read it again. What lives is holy as himself, because what shares his life is part of holiness, and could no more be sinful than the sun could choose to be of ice. The sea elect to be apart from water, or the grass to grow with roots suspended in the air. I love that. There is a light in you which cannot die, whose presence is so holy that the world is sanctified because of you. All things that live brings gifts to you and offer them in gratitude and gladness at your feet. The scent of flowers is their gift to you. The waves bow down before you, and the trees extend their arms to shield you from the heat and lay their leaves before you on the ground that you may walk in softness, while the wind sinks to a whisper round your holy head. Nothing to fear. There is only wonderfulness. The light in you is what the universe longs to behold. I will come back to that. All living things are still before you, for they recognize who walks with you. The light you carry is their own, and thus they see in you their holiness, saluting you as Savior and as God. Accept their reverence, for it is due to holiness itself, which walks with you, transforming in its gentle light all things unto its likeness and its purity. The first sentence, the light in you is what the universe longs to behold. The universe, God, lives through us, and everything flows through us. So the light in us, when it's lit, the universe is expanding its awareness of itself together with us, through us. Yeah, the universe longs to behold. And we know everything about longing, don't we? Every human being knows what it is to long for something. And when we get these moments when that is given to us what we have longed for, we know the sweetness of that. And then think of what the universe longs for. It longs for us to be lit up inside. And this is what we are doing when we are taking part of this information in A Course in Miracles. This is the way salvation works. As you step back, the light in you steps forward and encompasses the world. It heralds not the end of sin in punishment and death. In lightness and in laughter is sin gone, because its quaint absurdity is seen. It is a foolish thought, a silly dream, not frightening, ridiculous perhaps, but who would waste an instant in approach to God himself for such senseless whim? In this paragraph 6, many of the human ways of sensing God and interpreting God through the ego that has been sadly expanded through some religions throughout history. It came out false. Maybe good intention, but through filters and filters of when we were caught up in power and defense. And we are actually it's easy to do that as a human, then it becomes kind of that is why so many of us might have bad feelings about religion, but it has not always been bad, but sometimes it went wrong, and this is what it said in this paragraph: punishment and death. If you don't follow God, and he will doom that, then it went a bit wrong. Paragraph 7, we have two more paragraphs. Yet you have wasted many, many years on just this foolish thought. The past is gone with all its fantasies. They keep you bound no longer. The approach to God is near, and in the little interval of doubt that still remains, you may perhaps lose sight of your companion, God, and mistake him for the senseless, ancient dream that now is past. Who walks with me? This question should be asked 1,000 times a day, till certainty has ended doubting and established peace. Today, let doubting cease. God speaks for you in answering your questions with these words. I walk with God in perfect holiness. I light the world. I light my mind and all the minds which God created one with me. End of lesson. Is there anything I could say about this? I remember a film from when I was a child. I don't know why it comes up now, because this is ages ago. This is I think it's a film from the 50s. I was not alive then, but I remember I saw it with my parents. It was a Latin name, Quo Vadis. Quo Vadis, it means where are you going? Where are you going? And it was about Jesus Christ, his life. It was, I think, one of the first films about gladiators. A gladiator having his life in the Middle East, in Palestine, and then this wonderful meeting, only for one scene, with the Lord, with Jesus Christ, Quo Vadis, and it came to mind now. I always felt goosebumps when I thought about this film and the question, where are you going? So now we know where we are going. We walk with God in perfect holiness. That's what we're doing. And we humbly also ask him, where do you want us to go? Where do you want me go? What do you want me say? And to whom? What do you want me do? It will come more and more in lessons ahead. So what more can be said about this? We are not trying to become worthy of God. We are learning to remember that we never left him, and we are walking with God. So lesson number 155 was about stepping back from the control, the grip of the ego. And this lesson number 156, trust, be in trust. Once we step back, and we are not dropping everything, we are still continuing with our lives, but we step back in the mind's way. We don't have to go like, I am just, step back. And we will discover that we are already walking in the presence of love. When we step back, it's actually like there are two persons in us, and there are, or maybe even more, but two dominating. We know what is true somewhere in the love and the playfulness and what we feel when we see something that makes us be in awe. We know what that is in us, as we are also acquainted with one wanting to be the best. So we know, we are so familiar with these two. And which one feels better? I mean, in the long run. So thank you very much for being here and listening to this, and see you soon.